In this tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how to create the holes for your CO2 cartridge. These holes will be hidden lines since we can't see them from the side view or the top view. The only way we can actually see the hole is from the back view. But we do want to know it's there so that we don't cut into it. So I'm going to show you how to create those lines and then turn them into a hidden line or a dashed line. So let's begin. Go up to Sketch, and you want to start down here, bottom left corner of your front view. So I'm going to click there, drag up. I measured from the bottom of my car up to the bottom of the hole. So from the bottom of my car to the bottom of the CO2 hole. And mine might be different than yours, so you need to measure yours and make sure. But mine was 13/16. Okay, I've now drawn a line that's 13/16. That's where my hole begins, and then it's up above that line. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to the line command. I'm going to snap to that line I just drew and go in. And now I need to measure how deep the hole is on my CO2 block. So one way to do this is to take a pencil or some object that will fit in the hole, push it all the way to the end, stick your thumb against the pencil and against the car and pull it out, and then measure that length. So I have the length pinched off basically on this pencil, and I'm going to measure it. Mine looks to be about 2 1/8. 2 space 1/8. Enter. So that's how deep the hole is on mine. Now I need to select the line command and draw a line up from there and figure out the diameter of the hole, or the height of the hole from the bottom of the hole to the top of the hole. So I measured that, and mine is 3/4. So there's a 3/4 diameter. I'm just going to get rid of these dimensions, they're in my way. I'm going to click on it, hit delete, click on this one, hit delete, so I can see my lines better. One more line needs to just snap here and go 90 degrees left, and see how it pulled it up. You don't want that. Make sure it's 90 degrees, or in this instance 180, and snap it to the edge. And there it is. We now have our CO2 hole. The only thing we need to do now is make it hidden. So I hit escape to get out of that command. I hold in shift and select the lines while I'm holding in shift. So I'm holding in shift, selecting my 3 lines, right click. Now some of you should have this command, but some might not. If you don't have it, don't worry, but if you do have it, you need to go down and go to normal/construction. That changes it from a normal line to a construction line. And now it's dashed, and we're going to use that construction line as a hidden line to represent that, hey, there's a hole there, but we really can't see it if we're looking at the side of the block. Okay, last you need to do the top view. This one is a little harder, but not too hard. Just takes a couple steps. So let's dive in. Okay, what I like to do is I like to go up and select line, and I like to hover and find the center point. Okay, that center point is going to be denoted by a triangle. And I actually have done this before, so I need to erase these lines. They're messing it up. Okay. Alright, here we go. So I'm in the line command, hovering over, and it says, hey, look, there's the center. It shows a little triangle. You want to click there, and just go in a little bit. It doesn't matter, just enough to have a little reference line there. Hit escape, get out of the line command. Now what I want to do is I want to find the radius of my CO2 cartridge hole. Remember the diameter was 3/4. The radius is half of that. So here's a little cheat that I'm going to teach you. Don't tell your math teacher. To half a fraction, all you need to do is times the denominator by 2. So 3/4, I would times the denominator, which is 4, by 2, which would give me 8. So I'd have 3/8. 3/8 is half of 3/4 or 3/4. So now that I know that I need to go 3/8 out to get the radius, I can now start at the center, go up 3/8, start a line here in the center, go down 3/8. If you add those two together, it should be 3/4. So here I go, snapped to that center line, taking it up. Remember, it's 3/8. Enter. Then I'm going to start in the center again and go down 3/8. Enter. Then I'm going to snap here, and the depth was 2 1/8. But if you forgot that, you can just hover down here at the end point, and it will give you a little construction line. You can then click, and then you can actually hover over this one. It should be 3/4 though. You can hover over that one and go to the right, and click, or you can type in those measurements. That's just an easier way that I found to do it. These dimensions look like a mess. I'm going to drag a box over them, see how they're all highlighted, and hit delete on my keyboard and get rid of them. I'm also going to click on this reference line and delete it. Last but not least, I'm going to hold in Shift, select my 3 lines, right click, and say normal/construction. I'm going to turn it into a construction line. Now I have my C02 holes on my side view and my top view, and we're ready to start drawing our design onto our side view and getting going. So in the next video, we'll start doing that.